This is the plaintiff, Marie. She says she had a graduation party for the defendant, her 21-year-old son, and ended up getting very angry at her that night over a girl. He charged at her, pushed her into the bathroom, hit her, and she fell into the Venetian blinds, breaking them. He also slammed a dining room chair into the wall and ripped her bedroom door off. As a mother, it breaks her heart to have to sue her son. But the defendant must stop this behavior. She's suing for $1,385, the amount she's owed for repairs. This is the defendant, Christian Perez. He says his mother has a drinking problem, and he admits to getting mad at her once and slamming a chair on the floor. He's since moved in with his father, says his mother's making up all this stuff because she loves money and just sues people for a living. He owes her nothing because this lawsuit's an attempt to make him look bad, so shame on her. He's accused of making his mom mad.
All parties, please raise your right hands. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Marie, you've asked to be referred to only as Marie. You are suing your son, Christian Perez, for $1,385 in damages that you say your son has done throughout the years in your home while he was living with you. What's going on?
Your Honor, it pains me to be here, to be suing my son, but I'm trying to teach him a lesson that you just can't go around being angry and acting like the Hulk without there being consequences. Christian has, on a regular basis, get angry and he breaks things. For example, my daughter and I were having a discussion. It became heated. She saw something on television, saw some girl spit on somebody, so she wanted to know about it. She spit on me. I guess my
she
son
just wanted to spit on you.
Yeah,
How
I
old's
guess
your
my
daughter?
son, she's going to be 18 on Friday. But back then, it was probably like 2 years ago. And my son wanted to stop us from arguing. So he took my chair, my dining room chair, and hit it up against the wall, and the dining room chair
How
broke.
long ago was this? 2 years ago?
Yeah. But what I'm trying to do is give you a picture of, how he does this regularly. Another incident in which he destroyed my property is his car broke down, and he delivers pizza. So I allowed him to use my luxury car. It's a Mercury. He rode the car all the way to New York City for the weekend. And then when he got back, I came to pick up my car. He immediately threw a temper tantrum, jumped on top of the van, dented the hood, kicked my luxury car, dented that as well.
How long ago was this?
That was in May.
How old's your son?
He's 21.
Why don't you throw his behind out of your house?
You know what? He's lived with his father and myself off and on, he and my daughter. So he's not like living in my house on a consistent basis. It's like, it's erratic, in other words.
Well, I just don't understand. You're describing something that if he's violent like that, I don't want him around my daughter either. So he's out. He can go be violent in his own apartment that he pays for. I don't get it. Like, why are you not kicking him out?
No, he's out now.
What's going on?
I don't even know where to start.
Well, why don't we start with your mother's claim where she wants you to pay her $1,385 because according to her in the last few years, you've ripped up bathroom blinds, broken 2 dining room chairs, ripped out a bedroom door, et cetera, et cetera.
And I don't recall any of that
You recall? The heck does that mean?
I don't recall any of that.
Well, wouldn't you recall if it had happened? I don't get it. It either did happen or it didn't. There's no I don't recall.
It didn't happen.
Well, she says it did.
I didn't rip up blinds.
Tell me about the rip up blinds. How did that happen?
He graduated February 8, 2013, and I gave him a party.
From where?
From high school. And I gave him a party. At the party, one of his best friends made a pass at his sister, my daughter, and it infuriated him. So his best friend's brother got him out of the house to calm him down. The side door to the kitchen was open. So he runs back through the side door through the kitchen and he charges me.
So he charged you at the party?
And he was hitting me.
He was hitting you?
Yeah, and I was covered up.
Was that the first time he hit you?
Yeah, I was covered up. And then once it was over with, the guy said, "That's your mother, that's your mother." And I said, "Christian, you cannot hit."
Was he drunk?
He was. And I'm saying that because he's going to say that I have a drinking problem. That's what I heard when he was walking in here. But that car incident.
Why is he going to say that?
Because he wants to get out of.
Because one time
One time what? I got...
Well, let's see. According to you, one of
Okay.
the dining room chairs was broken during an episode where you and your daughter, who's
Okay.
not yet 18,
Right.
you took her out for a drink.
Yes, I did.
Why would you take a minor who's 17 out for a drink?
Because when I was younger, my mother took me out for a drink when I was 16. She said that...
And the drinking age was 18, and your
Yeah.
mother took you out, and,
Yes, she did.
and now he says you're an alcoholic.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Okay, so you took your daughter out, and tell me again why? Because your mother took you out, and what?
My mother took me out because she said she wanted, if I were to drink or smoke or anything, she wanted to be there with me and, you know, give me the ins and outs and not have it occur with my friends. So I took my daughter.
Okay,
But you know,
so
I
you
want
taught
to
her
say
how
one more thing before you go on.
Yeah.
You know, after he, you know, messed up my car and everything, I'm from the Virgin Islands, St. Croix Virgin Islands, and they don't know their ancestry. And so after he messed up my car, I took the entire family to the Virgin Islands. I sent for him so that he could meet his family for the first time, after having not spoken to him. And when he got there, the drinking age was 18, and we did drink, and I took him to a strip club. Yes, I did.
I didn't even ask that question.
But I'm
I had
telling
no
you,
idea. All right.
I'm telling you to let you know that I'm an equal opportunity parent.
Corrector?
Parent. He was 19. He had never been to a strip club. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take you to a strip
Who
club.
goes to a strip club with their mother? Did you go to a strip club with your mother?
It was extremely awkward.
Well, why did you go? Say no and go to a strip club with your cousins. Well, I don't get it.
That's exactly what she wanted to do. So I was like, hey, let's go.
Okay, that is just really weird. What's going on? Because according to her, you're ungrateful. She's stood by your side. You've been kind of a challenge of a child. She's tried to be a good mother to you, and you've destroyed a bunch of her stuff.
The violent stuff,
What happened when she came home with your sister that night?
oh, I snapped. I honestly snapped.
And why
I
did you
broke a
snap?
chair.
What happened?
Because she was smacking me while I was sleeping. Yes.
Your mother was slapping you in your
slapping
sleep.
me and yelling, and she said that my sister was outside. She was throwing up or whatever, and she was gonna choke on her own vomit, and it was all my fault.
Because you wouldn't get out of bed?
Yes. So when I finally got up, it was 5 o'clock in the morning.
And not her fault because she got her drunk.
Exactly. And I went to sleep around 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock was when she woke me up. I had to be to work at 9. I was upset that I was getting woken up, and for this reason, which I had nothing to do with. And
you didn't go outside to check on your sister?
I went downstairs actually, and she was in the bathroom, and I saw way more than I wanted to see because she didn't have much clothes on, and I lost it.
And what'd you do?
I went upstairs. We argued. The closest thing to me was a chair because she was daring me to hit her. So
Your
I
mom
broke the
was.
chair and I walked out.
So what'd you do with the chair?
I lifted up, slammed it on the ground, and it broke. It was a wooden chair. She had it for about 15 years.
Where are you living now?
With my father.
How old are you?
21. I had my own place, but that didn't work out due to the roommate situation, and I can't afford it on my own.
Find another roommate. Do what everybody else does.
Yep.
Did you rip her bedroom door out?
No, I don't know how the bedroom door got ripped up. She made it seem like I just pulled the whole door off the hinges.
Does your mother have a drinking problem?
Oh, yeah.
Has she
Nah.
ever been in any kind of detox program or anything like that?
Nope. But she gets very physical when she's drinking. She's thrown stuff at me, hit me a couple times.
How are you going to prove the value of the stuff that you're suing for?
I went on Home Depot line and I looked up the cost of the door, the blinds.
Do you have any witnesses to the door or the blinds? There's a room full of witnesses. There's a party going on. Was she throwing you a party?
Yeah.
And then you get mad because one of your friends makes a pass at your sister?
Yeah, because it was totally inappropriate.
Well, what was the pass? Like,
He took the bottle of E&J that was on the counter and he put it towards his private parts, and he told my sister if she wanted anything to drink, she would have to play with it.
and
I was right there and I punched him in his face.
good for
'cause
you. And then what happened?
Me and him got into a scuffle. And the part about the blinds, my mother was actually trying to hold him back in the bathroom, and I came through the door and I charged at both of them, and the blinds apparently
Because
got
you were
ripped.
charging at him. Are you friends with this guy?
No, not right now. No.
Right.
We haven't talked since that day.
Oh my gosh.
Judge Millian, I don't want to interrupt, but I have to say something. Never in all my life did I know my son could lie the way he's lying now. And it breaks my heart to know that he can do it without any conscience. And what is more devastating to me right now is knowing that our family traditions of Thanksgiving, Christmas, they're all shot to hell.
What did you think suing your son would do to Thanksgiving and Christmas?
I actually thought suing him would teach him a lesson about consequences. I'm not the first door he ripped down. He ripped down his principal's door at BOCES school.
What are you doing, taking your daughter out, getting her drunk, and then waking up your son who has to go to work at 9 o'clock to go deal with the problem that you created?
Well, it seemed as though when I told her I'm going to get your brother, she jumped up and, got herself together.
She's sick. She's throwing up because she got drunk, because you got her drunk.
She was not throwing up.
Why do you wake him up to take care of that? I mean, it's kind of bizarre, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So if you had a violent son who pushed you and broke your stuff, would you sue him to teach him a lesson?
Yes, I would. I would. He's of age. He's an adult. He needs to take responsibility for his actions.
Fair enough. Would you sue your own son?
I would not.
Why?
I would want to protect him.
Well, what if he's not protecting you and he's hurting himself?
I just couldn't do that. I couldn't do that to myself, so I would not sue him.
Fair enough. Would you, if you were old enough to have an adult son, would you sue him?
I would not. I think there's other ways you can teach a lesson, and I wouldn't sue my son.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
The bedroom door incident happened when?
That same night, he ripped the door off. He ripped the door off, and all of a sudden, he says he doesn't recall. Pardon?
Do you have pictures of this?
Yes, I do.
Let me see. Show me pictures. Do you have pictures of damage to the car?
Yes, they're all here.
Do you have any proof of what the car dent cost to fix?
I changed pocketbooks this morning, and it was in there, and I just left it. I don't know why.
You took the pictures. The damage to the car was when?
May 2012, because I sent for him to go to Virgin Islands in August 2012. My daughter took the picture this morning. She was like, "Ma,
it hasn't been fixed." Okay.
So, yeah.
You're putting a value on these chairs of $50 each?
Yeah.
There was more than one?
Yeah. Why, you can't keep track of all the stuff you break?
I only recall breaking one chair. I'm pretty sure I only broke one chair throughout my lifetime.
How about the car?
The car?
You have an
I
anger
don't know
management
nothing
problem?
she's speaking about with the car.
You have an anger management problem?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
What does father say about this?
His father has conversations with him in regards to what he can and cannot do. And I guess it falls on deaf ears.
I just don't understand. He's 21. You're 21, right? Not 12. I mean, you got to put up with this garbage as a parent when the kid's 12. When they're 21, you kick them right out the door, and then they realize, what 3 hots and a cot mean.
He's out now.
And they value. No, he's not. He's with his father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's never coming in my house again.
My father actually doesn't talk to my mother because my mother is abusive. And my mother assaulted him. It's on file. If you
Man,
go,
I'd love to be a fly on the wall on Thanksgiving in this household. What's your game plan? You just never talk to your mother again?
There's Thanksgivings where I haven't been there. There's Christmases. There's plenty of holidays that haven't happened, so I don't see why it's such a big deal now, because in the past, no one's ever together to start with.
That's not true.
Okay. I am not a therapist. I am a judge.
And I have had him in therapy.
Yeah.
For the majority of his life.
Okay. But, I have you admitting to damaging several things there. I don't know that I would sue you if I was your mother, but she is suing you. And I have you admitting to a bunch of different things that you damage in anger. But it's saying to me, but Judge, I was right to be angry. Which is fine, but that doesn't give you the right to start smashing things.
I understand.
Things. Right.
She never asked me to pay for it, neither.
Well, she's asking you now, and she's within the statute of limitations. So she's asking for $1,385, which is ridiculous, particularly when you don't bring any proof of anything. So I'm looking at the pictures, and I'm going to make my own estimation for the stuff that I believe you damaged and that you've talked about damaging. And I'm going to order you to pay her $250. That's my judgment. Verdict for the plaintiff.
Well, let's first talk to the young man, the defendant right here. What was that like for you in court there?
That was awful.
How come?
Because it's my mother, and she called me a liar, and she was the one telling all the stories. I'll probably cry about it later.
Yeah.
Probably.
Do you love your mom?
Of course I love my mother. I love my mother to death. And I don't.
You think she loves you and cares about you? Really? You still going to continue to reach out to her? At some point? All right, okay. All right. Right down this way. Well,
what can I say? He lied, and there's a problem with the young people today. There's a crisis. They have no humble, and they don't listen. They don't humble themselves. They don't listen. And
oh, really? I thought those were tears in his eyes.
I think my son, I've taught him to be articulate. And
What do you think those tears meant?
He was acting. He lied. He was acting.
You still love your son?
No, I'm lying.
Okay, Harvey.
No, I'm just joking. I love my son, but it felt good to say that because he lied.
You know, sometimes it just doesn't work out. When family members are so toxic, maybe the best thing to do is just stay away from each other. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.